Oh, it's a good time to be alive when my good friend Waltel D. Trafalgar lies deceased. And it's easy money, baby! Yes! Oh, yes, everyone. Hello, welcome. Welcome to another Christ-blessed episode of Talking Christians. Welcome, all. Today, we're praising Blackbeard for killing the worst character in One Piece. I'm lying. Well, maybe he did. I don't know. I guess we'll find out soon. Hello, everyone. It's me, BGE. How are you doing? We've got another chapter of One Piece. We've been cursed with this burden once again on another installment of watching a man slowly die on the internet. And here we go with another chapter of it. So let's just get right over, shall we? I see no reason not to immediately go. So let's go. Yeah! Bonk. All right, what's up, people? Here we go. It's time to talk about chapter 1064 of a little series known as One Piece. Now, of course, as always, we must do our ceremonial gambling because we are consummate gamblers, baby, here to make
easy money.
That's right. That is exactly right. And when we get it, we say
thank you, Baxter.
Or TYB, as the kids say. All right, so let's pull it up, shall we? All right, now last week, things were going strong. All right. We've had quite a run of Gotas. In fact, I was just wondering, what is the streak now of Gotas in a row? It's got to be at least 3, maybe 4. Something like that. And I was thinking, there's no way to do this, but really what should happen is that every week that goes on with a constant winner being sustained, the odds should build for the other one, you know, so that someone can really capitalize. But I guess that in effect happens anyway, as the people are just going to keep assuming Gota, you know, right? The streak just keeps going on and on and on since the Shanks promo chapter. Has it been that long? That's possible. And what can I say? One Piece is by default pretty good. So unless there are some notable sins that tip thing over the board, which I stand by all my decisions, then yeah, you know, I mean, Gota has an advantage because One Piece is not total dog shit all the time, unlike some people believe. So all in on Hackta, huh? Monkey. All right, well, we will find out. The Lunarian stuff, I completely stand by. That is some Hackta shit. It's just, oh, we've got to sign. It's like, oh, guys, people always amuse me. Oda had literally no choice but to write DNA spliced clones into the stories. People have such like a confirmation bias of like, because it was in the story, it always had to be there. You know, people have such a hard time with that concept, you know, because a thing exists, therefore it is the best thing that could have existed, and it always needed to exist. I gotta wake people up. I gotta wake people up to that. Okay, so on that subject, here we go, people. Gota or Hackta, 68 last time versus 32. Hackta's rising. That's not nothing. All right, here we go, people. Start prediction is a Gota or Hackta as usual. No, Midna doesn't exist, as we all know. You got 30 minutes, motherfuckers. Go!
Yo ho ho, he took a bite of gum gum.
There it is. All right, now vote now like your lives depend on it. You've got 30 minutes until we decide, well, until the votes are locked in, rather. Is this chapter Gota or Hackta? Let's find out, shall we? Remember that Nate the Fraud said last week that Law versus Blackbeard would be off-screen. Get his ass. Well, you know what? Hey, I mean, you are right. There is certainly more of it than I thought there was going to be. Absolutely true. However, it's not like we're going to see the conclusion of the fight. At least, I mean, I stand by that because Oda just like never does that. Now, maybe I'm wrong. And don't worry, I've got unique new criticisms for the fact that we are seeing this fight. Thank God, you'll be happy to hear. So to you I say,
shut up, bitch.
But we'll see. We'll get to that. Things are getting a little schizo. Oda's writing for a while now has been quite schizo, and he's cutting around through like 1,000 different things, and he really doesn't need to write it that way, right? But we're gonna get into it, right? We're gonna get into it. I'm waiting for the conclusion to be a carbon copy of Blackbeard versus Ace. Well, I mean, in effect, it's probably going to be something like that, but we'll see. It's peak messy piece. I mean, I think there's a case to be made there, you know? Is it Hackta that the cover arc is behind the current? Yeah, okay, okay, let's get to that right now, okay? Let's get to that right now. So here we go, 1064, it's time to get into the chapter. Weird things are happening right now. Okay, cover arc, or cover page, rather. Here we are. This is the essence of rushed peace. You are right about that, brother. So let's talk about it. Okay, here we go. Volume 22 of Garma Double Six is Cold-Blooded Voyage. Who are the Garma again? Why do we care about them? Are they even relevant? Okay, but you know who is relevant? My girl Pudding. And her new boyfriend, Kuzan, formerly known as Aokiji. So Pudding is great. I'm glad she's showing up. She's a great character. And I miss her. I'm kind of surprised she's as relevant as she is being right now. But I guess more importantly right now, we see Van Alger and, Aokiji, Kuzan, right now. And okay, right now, the weird thing is, Van Alger was in last week's chapter. It sure would be weird and kind of schizo-brain to have a character from a flashback also showing up like right now. So it's a good thing he's not going to write it into this chapter. That would be a very strange way to handle the story. And you know what would be a better way to handle the story is like if you feel the need to focus on like a Blackbeard versus Law chapter or something. He warped. Oh my God, makes total sense.
Thank you, Baxter.
Thank you, Ambassador Blanca. Well, okay, but Pudding can't warp, but we'll get to that. Let me see. What was I gonna say?
That's pretty good,
whatever.
right?
You get the point. Who just said here? What do we got? Ness. Hey, thanks, buddy. Where we got that thing?
Thank you, Baxter.
Easy
There it is.
money.
8 months, not bad. Let's make it 80 months of pure income for me, baby. That's what I like to see. Guys, I think we know who the 10th Titanic captain is. It's obviously Pudding Chan. There she is. I called it from chapter 1. It was heavily implied ever since then. BB has an identity theft character on his crew. We don't know that any character is any character. We actually do, Molotov, because, I guess it's a little vague. I sincerely doubt, I guess I don't know this for sure, I sincerely doubt that Katarina Devon's transformation fruit would give her all the devil fruit powers of, like, every other devil fruit user. It's probably just the appearance of them. So the fact that an entire town was turned into ice, I'd say that goes a long way to making it look like this is actually Kuzan. But maybe you meant somebody else. Say maybe you mean Pudding or something. I don't know. Anyway, so okay, we'll get on. I guess I'll just say it now. Or like these characters show up in the chapter, right? They show up in the chapter. Oh, I remember. To finish my point, I was just gonna say, I just think it would be cleaner and to be less confusing and be streamlined and be more good, literally just more good to just block off before these chapters right now. Or before this cover arc, or maybe afterward. I don't know. I guess Oda kind of paint himself into a corner. You have a section of chapters, maybe a couple chapters ago, where we did the Blackbeard versus Law fight stuff. In fact, we do that before Egghead starts, so that Egghead can just be Luffy and the gang doing stuff there. Like, I know things are going on in okay, nothing about what's happening in the story right now needs to be cutting back and forth between places. I mean, is it really that? It's not that bad, but notice something, Andrew 101. Notice how this has never been done before in the series. And now ask yourself, why is that? Why is that? I'll tell you why. Because it's cluttered. It's cluttered writing. It doesn't make it a 0 out of 10. It doesn't immediately make it a hack to chapter. It's just kind of a weird way to write it, and it feels messy. And really, there's no better way to put it than that, you know? It's just kind of strange. And why not just, like a couple chapters ago, do the Blackbeard versus Law stuff, so that when we get to this cover page, or I mean, he could even, have waited a little bit longer to do this cover arc if he thought they would conflict or something. Then you just, you do the Blackbeard and Law stuff before, and now this. It seems an easy fix to eliminate, like, a kind of confusing way to write it. So, I don't know. But what I really feel like is going on here is that the arc is being really rushed along, and that, like, events that normally would take a lot longer are being condensed. And it might be an overcorrection for the stuff that happened in Wano, because this arc is just, like, racing along. And that's okay. Like Bonnie's arc is happening really fast. Like the Vegapunk stuff is accelerating at light speed. And again, like we'll only know at the end how fast it really happened. But the fact that we're cutting between places and all this stuff, it feels like he's a little bit overcompensating for dragging before. When the correct way to do things would have been to just cut out a lot of that bullshit in Wano we didn't need, and take your time and enjoy the exploration and the journey later on. I was rereading some of early One Piece. I was reading some of Alabasta chapters, and it is worth observing that the cleanliness of those arcs and pages. Now, I mean, someone could say that things even dragged at times during that. That's fine. But it really felt more focused and streamlined, and I think that is a really strong point where One Piece, like, thrived. At its peak, One Piece did this thing where it would only cut away from the main story before, in between arcs. Right now, we're cutting during arcs all the time. Wano, constant cuts elsewhere. I mean, right now it's happening. And I mean, what can I say? It's just, I just don't think it's leaning to the strengths of One Piece in the best way it could. I would go for contained stuff. Like the, I gotta say that the, what's it called? Leveille? Yeah, Leveille, whatever the fuck it's called. Reverie. The fact that was like a contained little arc during Wano. That's what it was, right? At least that made sense, you know? And that was during its own contained little section. That was during the first break of Wano, right? That was totally acceptable. And I would recommend doing more of that in the first place. Okay, there you go. How much do you think that change is due to storytelling difference versus more efficient, competent paneling? Well, are you saying that it was competent before or that it's competent now? And you're saying, how much do you think that change is due to storytelling difference? Okay, well, I think I get the idea. Competent before? Okay. Okay, it is fair to observe, Molotov, and anybody else saying this. It's true. One Piece is in a different place now than in previous arcs. Global politics are far more prevalent than they've ever been. But my contention is always, but what I've always said about this shit is that, like One Piece played to its strengths more. I can't really blame Oda for where the story is now. It makes sense. It's just that is not as good as it used to. Like, it was just better before when it was more adventure-y. Because the political stuff was better as a nebulous idea we were looking forward to. And when you see things like the end of Wano being such like a clusterfuck, and I mean, things like Marineford were a big clusterfuck of things smashing together. I mean, guy, like, I didn't even really love Marineford that much. I didn't. I thought that it was like there were all these characters we get like half introduced to that I enjoyed very much. Like Whitebeard's commanders were really cool, but I missed the crew for years in real life, and I just wanted the adventure back, and I didn't really care about the global politics stuff that much. But I read Marineford. That is true. That was my writing. Okay, people misread. When I say politics, what I'm referring to is the overarching grand plot of the entire series. I mean, you could say that Alabasta was like, politics. Okay, like everything is politics and nothing is politics. What I'm saying, to be more clear about it, is that the focus is best when it is on the adventure at hand for Luffy and the gang, and not when it is wildly switching between like multiple other actors on the world stage. Thank you, Toasty Train, my man.
Thank you, Baxter.
Easy money!
Plot piece, right? People use plot piece to describe this. That's what I'm saying. So, like for example, a crocodile, you see, was gonna get fucking, okay, I mean, you could say that, like, all of the Baroque work saga spanned over multiple islands and was about different stuff, but on each island, we didn't, like, cut away for large amounts of time to focus on other stories, you know, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying, and, that's it. That can't last forever, though. If this was going to be an adventure story forever, it would get just as stale in a different direction. Okay, you say that, but I enjoyed the adventure for, like, 10 years of time. And things got notably worse when they started doing less of it. So what can we learn from that? I mean, again, I'm with you, Moses. I'm with you. Hey, nice, what is it? Nice, Singing in the Rain reference. I remember that musical. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. I remember singing that song. Anyway, Adventure Forever could be done in a certain kind of story. I mean, I would say like Toriko kind of did it, and there was absolutely no reason that One Piece couldn't follow that kind of model. However, I will give Oda credit. That, like, Oda had bigger ambitions than a series like Toriko, and as such, he has a bigger burden to bear and more, like, pieces of the board to balance against each other. And so, yeah, so things happening now, of course, there's been escalation. There are more factors to keep track of and that, like, matter more and that we care about. And, So it's all I'm saying. It's a chemical mixture, right? There's a reaction happening. Different elements are being added. I think the balance is not ideally to what I would like, even knowing that things need to go more this way. I would spend more time just with the crew because I think that plays to the strengths of this particular story and Oda's writing style the best. That's it. There you go. You know, that's my main point. Anyway, whatever. It's not that bad, but I wish he would stop cutting around so much. This is like a habit that he's really developed, like during Wano. And I think that was because, you know, Wano was such a long arc and lots of other things were happening. You know, the Reverie cutaway happened and he wants to keep cutting away to other characters all the time. Okay, I understand. Like cutting to the Gorosei during the big reveal of, fucking, like the Nika stuff was, I mean, that was like... Many of us hated that for many reasons, and that was one of the reasons. Like, we're just totally schizo here, all over the place. Hack to coin is spiking right now, bros. Damn this globalization. Based on closing the borders. We did it, boys.
I'm the Joker, baby.
All right, there you go. And it's true, Wano also had way too many characters in the arc itself. What about the chapter Gray Lightning 69? I'm gonna 69 your mom.
Shut up, bitch.
There you go. Okay, let's move on, shall we? On my terms. All right. Let's go for 50 minutes on the cover. Okay, thanks, lads. Thank you, TCB, for making the scan. Really appreciate that.
Easy money.
There you go. Okay, and what does Oda have to say to defend his hack to chapter this week? He says, I'm hooked on Bayashi TV's videos. Those burgers of his wouldn't be the same without those iconic black rubber gloves. I even bought a pair of my own.
Bruh.
Wow, thanks, Oda. Absolutely riveting content. Okay, here we go. Hang on, let me take a sip of my water, and we will get into the chapter. Here it is, for real. Rubber glove bros. What could he be implying about this? Will this be Oda? Will this be Luffy's next power-up? Is that what it's gonna be? Rubber gloves. It just makes sense. This page is a mess. I mean, I kind of agree, but at least it's interesting. At least it's interesting. Okay, so what's going on here? All right, Zehahaha, based Blackbeard bros. All right, we're killing everyone. All right, now, I think that he's still thinking that Law is a woman, which is the only reason why he would say the line he drops right here.
The American people are tired of women.
And he has to put an end to that once and for all. Okay, thank you, Blackbeard, for representing the interests of the United States. Okay, so he comes in here to kill Law and all other femoids in his general vicinity. And, okay. So he says, okay, so this is the chapter. All right, last chapter I was saying, wow, Law's crew has done literally nothing. I don't know anything about them, and I don't care about them at all. Okay, Oda does finally this chapter give Law's crew some stuff. It just does make me wonder, though. I guess he just never got around to it. I'm sure that's the explanation. However, Law and his crew have been around for so long, and only now are they doing anything. It is truly shocking. They do have names. I think this guy's name is Smiley, I think, with, like, the smiley mask. Yeah, like, it's true. Why didn't they do any of this in Wano? That would have been nice. But they're doing something now because they have no choice and would only make sense for them to do something. Jesus Christ. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what they're gonna do. Hakugan. Okay, that's that guy, I guess. See, this is so weird. Why didn't they get this kind of characterization at any point over the last, like, fucking decade? It's so weird. It's so weird. But, okay, but it is happening, so I'm glad to hear that. Hack to bros? I think Oda is subtly implying how we should vote for this chapter. I'm just saying. Okay, so 10 years of Penguin doing nothing. Okay, Shachi Penguin, get in the sea and provide cover. We're on it. Again, I'm just marveling. Why the fuck? No. Put Wano out of your mind. Bro, Law had multiple arcs where he could have done stuff. If you're gonna say, like, well, Law's crew wasn't present on, like, Punk Hazard, why not? Just write them in. Put them on the Law arc known as Punk Hazard. It was a fucking Law arc. No, you can't get away with that. There were too many reasons that all this shit. I don't even know why they weren't in Punk Hazard. Just some bullshit about, like, they needed to do something else. I can't even remember. There's no good explanation for it. They should have been there, and they should have been characterized at the time. So that's a hackta right there. This is a retroactive hackta being applied to this chapter, even though the events happening here are finally good. What happened in Punk Hazard? I'm shrugging, bros. I'm shrugging so hard right now. If only you could see. All right. Okay, You bilge sucking rat. Now I think that's TCB taking a little liberal trend. Damn liberals! Why you gotta do this to me?
Shut up, bitch.
Okay, so what's going on here? Let's get into it, shall we? So amputate. Oh, he did the room. Okay, stuttering, muttering, puttering law is finally doing something. Okay, now for the record, wasn't our room the silence one? You know? What's that? Just write when Nate wants. I mean, that's really that's the room you need to follow. Just write it how I want it at all the time, and go back and rewrite your story. You know, because I'm big into retcons. I love a nice retcon. It feels really good. So I was. Can anybody help me out with this? So he like chops stronger from like far away. Was that something that he had done before? I think this is like a new power. Am I wrong here? I don't remember him ever doing that before. Like, is he in the room? Our room is a room he can throw. Okay. It seems he cut the horse without her. Okay, well, obviously he's doing his little awakening room thing here. The mountains at Punk Hazard. Well, didn't his room actually extend to do the mountains or something? You know, I'm not sure. I'm thinking R equals remote in room. Okay, hang on. I gotta pull this up. Now I'm just curious. So, like, let me see. Ope, more like the Cope no me. Know what I'm saying? Fuck that guy.
Shut up, bitch.
Ope, no me. I just want to see the other techniques with this, excuse me, R room thing. Okay, techniques. Here we go. Room, amputate, radio knife. In fact, hey, why don't we just take a nice scroll, shall we? Okay, we got Kroom Bros. You love to see it. Okay. So Kroom is where he does this shit. And okay. Okay. So yeah, I mean, our room could be like remote room. Okay. All right. Well, this isn't even like bad, but I guess what we're learning is that like our room is probably a remote room. Okay, that makes sense to me. In the case of when he did the silence thing, like that was the only instance of the room we saw. So like I was like, oh, our room is like Rocinante, like silent room or something. But I guess it's probably a remote room because it did follow Big Mom, and he used the particular ability known as silence because, as we've established, Law has every single fucking power in the world. And also, I guess, like, his fruit, it being, like, a remote thing, does make some sense, sort of. At the very least, we know that, like, Paramecia Awakenings involve, like, areas outside of you. So, our room is when you roll your R's. It's... Makes sense to me.
Thank you, Baxter.
Okay, fine. Yeah, the OP fruit is truly living up to its name. Yes, there it goes. All right, whatever. So... it's like a remote room thing, I guess. Okay, now I'm just saying, the paneling here is weird because things are just, I'm not following how this move was done exactly. I get that he cut him from a distance, but like, why didn't he show like he hits him with the thing and that? I mean, look, I don't think it's a stretch to say that like this is confusing and I'm not sure what's happening here, and I don't just want the anime to correct it, Hakta. I'd rather you just make it clear in the manga because I don't give a fuck about the anime. I only read the manga. So yeah, I kind of feel like he's rushing through because this paneling is confusing to me, so I'm not really following it. Oh god, my favorite character, BLACKBEARD, has Conqueror's Hockey. Thank you, Goda, for the Black Lightning. Is he doing that? Are you sure it's not the... well, that's just the Gura Gura, my man. But maybe you're memeing. I don't know. Clean it up, anime Jennies! Clean it up! that's how he feels. All right, thank you, Hackta. All right, that's a little bit of Hackta right there, I've got to say. The reading is not ideal. Okay, just take a little longer, man. Do a full Law fight, not cutting back and forth between stuff. Take your time, lay out the paneling. You need an extra week, that's fine. Take the extra week, that's totally fine with me. Do what you got to do. All right, anyway, no one told me his power could do that, so he's using an awaken technique. Sure. I mean, and somebody said in the chat before, like, oh, does this mean that like the Devil Fruit book doesn't talk about awakenings? I mean, we don't know what the fuck the book covers. And also, like, it's definitely possible that, like, Blackbeard didn't study, like, every single devil fruit and know, like, every single thing. I guess he's, like, talked to people about. I mean, again, like I don't want to infer too much from. Every time I read like a translation from TCB or the official, I assume that there's a wide degree of flexibility on what they're actually saying. Case in point, you bilge sucking rat. That's probably not what Blackbeard actually said. You know, watching the anime, reading the manga, I just come to this stream and have you tell me what happens and then give me my opinion.
The American people are tired of
Having their own opinion and they need me to do it for them makes sense to me. Okay, so there you go. Okay, whatever. So yeah, I guess Blackbeard just doesn't know everything about everybody. That's fine. That's totally fine. Yes, that is a big Chad move, Ness. No doubt about it. Also, Quake Crash in Japanese is Gurash, or Gurashu, Gura plus Crash. Gurashu. Oh, okay, I mean, that's kind of cool. You stupid Americans. Fuck, what are you, you're a Europore? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Shut up, bitch. If you were South American, then I could at least respect you as an American. But I can smell the Euro stink on his ass. I can just sense it. Go to bed, Grandpa. Go to bed, Euro Grandpa. All right. Okay. So anyway. So okay. Notably, what if you're Canadian, bro? Don't admit that. Don't admit that publicly. That's even worse. Bruh. That's a big bro right there, being Canadian. Okay. So notably, because I'm a genius, I know that like I think Whitebeard and like maybe one other character, like there's a couple characters who never named their attacks, and Whitebeard is one of them. So this is the first time we've seen a guy naming an attack using the Gura Gura fruit in One Piece, and that's like kind of fun for me. So I think that's kind of cool. Now, Quake Crash is an incredibly generic name that sounds like a Kirby attack move, you know, which is fine. Like you get like the earthquake or the explosion fruit, and then he uses it. Oh, that's fine. But I did notice that. Oh, wait. Okay, you know what? I gotta give Oda credit that there is an orb here, and before I was confused about it, but I'm sure that what that is the remote room. I mean, I'm just gonna call it that because that just sounds good now. And he cut him with that. However, there still was like no conveyance of how that move was actually done. So still pretty sloppy, but I mean, at least you can see the room there. So on retrospect, I at least understand what's being implied by this. So I guess that's fine. Could be better though. All right. Anyway, so the power of the Quake Man. Oh, he's bringing me to my knees. Ah! This is like reading the One Piece 4chan threads, but without the waifu friending. I hear you on that, my man. Well, you know, we probably have a lot of similar feelings. Those guys have almost as good taste as me. I kneel, Blackbeard. He's just too powerful. He's just way too powerful. Okay, so whatever. He's using earthquake powers. That's fine. Don't die me now, stronger. You've made it with horse AIDS and horse diabetes and horse coronavirus to this point. The most deadly disease known to man, as we all know. And this might be the one that does him in, boys. This might be his final one right now. So, eat the apple. Bro, remember the apples? Remember the apples, dude? Yes!
Shut up, bitch!
And of course, my man, Doc Q would carry the literal exact same apples that he had in that opening thing when we first saw him in, like, chapter 200. Kino! Okay, actually, you know, with something like that, it's like, I feel that there's a tendency, some people are gonna be like, oh, it's so stupid, why would you do this? Okay. Like, there's a difference. There's two different things. Okay, there's the thing of, like, how Sabo wore, like, a top hat when he was a kid because he is a noble, right? The fruit. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. That's too skeptical for me. Callbacks can be Kino. No, I actually agree. And obviously he's like a whole, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I mean, I would assume that that's the inference with this guy. Seems reasonable to me. He's a doctor. He'll kill you, etc. There's Sabo's design, like, of like a noble kid. That design infecting the entire revolutionary army, that is cringe and is stupid, and I don't like it. Or like how like CP9, like all are like mask wearing dudes because once upon a time a couple CP9 agents like set up shop and were doing a mission in Water 7, where they have like a mask-wearing culture, and it feels like Oda just like forgot about that, or just was like, ah, fuck it, no one's gonna care, and applied it to like to all the CP9. When what we actually know is that the CP9 guys dropped their facade and then put on suits, and that's what all CP9 agents should wear, because that's what all Cypher Pol agents wear. They should wear black suits. That's what makes sense. Okay, so anyway, that's hacked on that. However, it was a seasonal yeah, it was like one ceremony. It was like, you know, fucking Mardi Gras, whatever the fuck, in Water 7. However, you do want to give a guy like Oda credit. Again, this is a children's manga, and you want to give a guy like Oda some leeway, because like a character has certain motifs that like are their thing. Doc Q is only at a certain amount of screen time. Him having the apples thing, like, okay, it's probably not the literal, like, in real life would be a little bit dumb for him to be using, like, the same gimmick that he used, like, a couple of years ago. Oh, he's still got apples. Like, in real life, someone wouldn't do that, but this is a manga. So, like, I'm just saying this because I feel like some people would criticize something like this. I actually think that this is fine, and it's like, it's a little, like, simple for me, and I'm like, oh, would he steal the apples, whatever. But it's actually fine, you know? The children reading have never read Mocktown. The child excuse doesn't work. Oh, I don't agree with that, man. Come on. Most kids can read through One Piece in, I mean, I don't know. It's the same basket. It's the same apples. He's the same old G, or rather the same old Q, my man. And I love him. Imagine if the CIA all wore Santa outfits because the One Piece crew came to America in December.
I'm the Joker, baby.
That's what I'd be saying. How do the Heart Pirates know they're bombs? Now, see, that's a very fair question, and I was thinking the same thing. Like, all they see are a bunch of apples, and they're like, they're apple bombs, stay covered. Okay, yeah, you know, maybe they'd heard about the famous Doc Q of the Blackbeard Pirates, and how he kills people with exploding apples. Is it a little bit of a basic power and not that interesting? Yes. Does it thematically fit him because he's like a Doctor reference, like fairy tale character? It also works for that. So, like, people knowing about that, you know, that's not bad. Now, if I was writing this, I would have had them not know, because I think it would, like, be a little bit more believable for them to have not have heard of every specific ability of, like, every Yonko commander, and I would have them be surprised, but whatever. It's fine. It's not a big deal, you know? Hang on one sec. Oh, the guy that called them out has future hockey. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Pretty good. Okay, now, anyone care to explain to me what the fuck is happening here? Okay, so everyone's favorite character, Sachi. Okay, I don't think I've ever said his name out loud before. I've read it before. I do know Penguin. Penguin is easy to remember. Part Fishman. He's got to be part Fishman or something. Oh, right, because I was going to say, oh, what kind of devil fruit could he be eating? Okay, well, he is in water. All right, that rules that out, right? So it must be he swallowed the water dial. Makes sense to me. Oh, what's this? Shachi, my man. It means killer whale / orca. Oh, and he does have, like, an orca hat, obviously. Okay, so obviously, like, the Polar Tang is a yellow submarine. Haha, epic Beatles. And he's got, like, an orca theme name, which I didn't know until now. And he clearly seems to have some sort of watery powers. Probably is like part Fishman, or maybe full Fishman. I don't fucking know. That's cool. That's cool. And more importantly than that, he's actually oh no, Seb, you're right. He's the water Logia user. Finally, it happened. Okay, no. So he's actually doing something, and he used like a water blasty thing, like maybe a Fishman could. Okay, cool. He's actually doing something. So this is the first moment in the entire series where someone other than Law in the the Heart Pirates, I had to remember what they're called, actually did something. Oh my god, it took like 12 years, but it did happen. I mean, I'm even gonna give him the initial reveal of the Heart Pirates doesn't even count during Shamundi. Fine, we'll skip that. We'll only count post-time skip. We'll go from there. And what a payoff it is. That's not true. Beppo said hi to people. You got me there. You got me there.
Shut up, bitch.
Okay. Beppo kicked someone once. Riveting. Okay. It's a big mistake to underestimate us when we grew up in the harsh, cold waters of the North Blue. That's where the Vin smokes are from, right? John Bart did something probably. John Bart stood around. I don't think he actually did anything, though. I don't think so. That is an ugly-ass panel, though. Which one? I think these are all perfectly nice looking. This looks good. I like this one to Doc Q. I mean, I still agree, like, the art has definitely gotten sloppier than it used to be. I mean, without question, that's true. The Doc Q face. I mean, yeah, it's a little sloppy, but I actually quite like the expression here. So, I like it. I like it. Okay, he actively tossed the apples. You know, the thing about Doc Q is that he still hasn't actually done anything, and I am looking forward to, in fact, what I would like Oda to do is, to... like, keep... I would want him to do this with all the Blackbeard pirates. I don't think he's going to, but keep Doc Q mysterious, and set him up for, like, a chopper fight or something kind of cool of, like, an end game, like, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type reveal. Or just any power that, like, he has some sort of, like, power that's revealed later on and is, like, cool and interesting, you know? That would be nice. Stanley Game, it is me. It's the best guy ever made. Ha ha ha.
Thank you, Baxter.
Thank you for noticing. Turning Law into a girl doesn't count. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. Okay, you're right, Korma man. I totally forgot about that. Okay, but he did that from a distance, and it wasn't like a fight technique. It was just something. You're right, that was something. I forgot that he did that. Still a little unclear how he did that, though. Looking forward to finding that out. Does he have a range on that? Did he inflict him? Did he shoot a little dart into his neck or something? I don't know. Chopper is broken beyond repair. I honestly don't even want an endgame fight for him anymore. Prophet, I am sorry to say, I think that I agree with that. What would Chopper do in a fight, unironically? Okay, you know what? The thing is, Oda could make a fight good. Of course he could. He's made many good fights in the past. He could definitely do it again. Katakuri was not that long ago. There are infinite number of things that could be done to make Chopper have a good fight, finally, for the first time since Skypiea, which I remind you was in like the 200s, maybe the 300s. We're in chapter 1000. It has been like 7/10 of this manga since Chopper has done any good. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Water 7 did happen. Now I didn't love his fights in Water 7 because it just ended in Enies Lobby with you know, what's it called? With like Monster Point, and Monster Point is an inherently unsatisfying like combat technique. I mean, even now that he has control over it, it's still kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, Arm Point. Arm Point was peak. I want to go back to Arm Point. But what can you do? Skypiea was 19 years ago. Holy shit. He has to awaken his fruit, the Hito Hito no Mi model god. Sounds base to me. Seb, you're right about the Oris fight. The thing about that is that I found the Oris fight also very unsatisfying. I did not like some of the combo attacks were like fun and cute. I don't think they were very satisfying for like anybody. They were like okay. That's what I think. I wish I liked it more, but I just thought I thought all the fighting at the end of Thriller Bark was only okay. But anyway, what can you do? Chopper fought quit. No, he slapped him like one time. It wasn't so good. It was not so good, unfortunately. Now, Nightmare Luffy was based. We all can agree on that. But that was you know, a gimmick. You know, that was a one-time thing, and I did enjoy it. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, anyway, so Zehaha, back to the Zehahas, making them kneel, shooting some beams. All right, cool. Okay, so they're from the North Blue. That's fine. I mean, we already knew that. I guess it's cold there. Okay, fine. You ain't got a chance against us in a sea battle. All we got to do is sink your ship. Okay, fair enough. John Bart, sniper at 3 o'clock. Protect the captain, yeah, and... So here's John Bart, I guess getting shot instead of Law. I think that's what's going on here. And good hearing, okay. Clearly awakening going on, very nice. And of course, we got a Kroom, boys. Kroom confirmed! Bruh. And I love to see it. This appears to be Jean Bart's role, being a human meat shield. And I guess that's okay. But I'm looking, I want to see more, like right here. We see him again from the front, and he seems fine. What actually happened here? This is, again, like, a casualty of, like, the unclear, like, layout of this fight and the paneling. I mean, his arms are up. I guess he blocked it. But, like, we don't really get a close-up to see, like, what damage was done. This is just, like, it's not selling this particular part of the fight particularly well. And I wish that he would. I wish he would take more time and kind of, like, show us the reactions in more detail of exactly what's going on in this fight, you know? Why didn't Law just swap himself with a bullet? I mean, Law can't focus his attention everywhere all the time, you know? I'm just saying, like, I think the layout of these chapters could be done in a more satisfying way. And again, I mean, the thing is Oda just gonna say, fuck it, the anime will fix it? I hope not. I hope not, but we'll see. And okay, he's somebody. Okay, thank you, Van Alger. Thank you. By the way, I'm gonna say it. Van Alger's post time skip beard is cringe, and I don't like it. And he looks really bad with it. He looked much better before. And I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna give you the extremely condensed version of my like time skip rants, which is time skips are absolute cancer for manga design, because when you design a character in the first place, you design them to look as good as possible. Then a time skip happens, and you need to show time has changed, and so mangakas, they feel the compulsion to change something to show that times have changed. This little pussy beard here looks like ass. It looks like ass. Literally, just don't include it, and he would just look better. Like, it's been 2 years for this man who's like a 45-year-old man. He doesn't need any changes whatsoever. So I'm just saying, like, it's just a constant frustration I have with mangakas, and this happens in like every manga in the world whenever there's a time skip. They feel this need to make tiny little changes that fuck them up from their original design. Now, sometimes it can be fine. Usopp is a case where, well, like, Usopp's design didn't really change that much, but like the fact that he gets more like physically developed is actually to his strengths. That's like kind of the best case scenario. I still don't really love Usopp's outfits are kind of just his old ones, with like a new hat that he doesn't even wear that often, and that's fine. That's fine. Van Alger looks like Doug Walker. Based. He's shooting you, so you don't have to. Stay strong, Doug. Love you, buddy. You know, I'll always thank Doug Walker for introducing me to The Room, because it was watching his review of The Room that made me a big fan for life of my man. Oh, what's his name? What's the name of the guy who made the fucking... Hello, I'm the sniper critic. God damn it. Hang on. Tommy Wiseau. Oh my god, yes, thank you. Okay, thank you. Oh, hi, what's this, oh, hi, Law. Bam, shoots him in the head. Bam. Bruh. Okay, this is good. Yes, so, Tommy Wiseau is Van Alger. That's his character now. He warps in, says, oh, hi, Law, and then shoots him. Bam, and he's dead. All right, that's the character. Good. So when they make the live-action version, they need... You're tearing me apart, Hector! Every chapter, that's me. I did not eat Kurohige. I did not. Okay, all right. No more quoting. I gotta move ahead here. All right, time to shock Blackbeard's Willy. Okay, so he's crewing. All right, as we all are. From time to time, it happens. Okay, there you go. And, okay, sword extend. So okay, again, I've got to say, this is just like really weak paneling. We off-screen. We basically off-screen Blackbeard, like, getting pierced. And I'm reading this, and I'm like, wait, how did this happen? Did he just, like... Was Blackbeard just, like, facing away from Law, the opponent that he's fighting in combat right now, and was just, like, fucking around and allow himself to be pierced? What's the deal? What is going on here? Why is it being framed, like, so poorly? How did this come to pass? Okay, I need to read back and see, like, how Blackbeard even got into this position. Okay, last we saw him, he was, like, up in the air falling. Okay, he's falling still. Okay. Okay, fine. Is he in the air? Or yeah, okay. So he's still in the air. However, it still should have just have a shot where we, like, show a big moment of him, like, getting pierced. I guess, like when Big Mom got pierced by Law, by this exact same technique, it was like a moment. It was like a full panel that was like, what? That was like, oh, is she dead? And then the reveal was that, like, okay, this technique doesn't, like, kill you. It just allows you to be shocked from the inside. I'm just saying, this would have been much better sold by a shot of him, like, piercing Blackbeard clearly instead of whatever the fuck's going on here. Okay? Anyway, whatever. Obviously, it's not, like, the worst detail in the world. It's just the new thing, fucking kind of cluttered writing, whatever. All right, so gets Blackbeard. So Blackbeard continues to job hardcore. Okay, not loving that. That's some Hackta stuff. Okay.
Thank you, Baxter.
No, don't thank you, Hackta. Shut up, bitch, Baxter. Now, and again, I'll say this is like a twofold issue. On the one hand, Blackbeard isn't like that powerful compared to like some of the absolute juggernauts out there. I can't believe that Blackbeard died, bro.
The American people are tired of
Blackbeard being alive, I guess. So we had to kill him this chapter. I thought Blackbeard was gonna kill Law, but nope, it's the other way around. I mean, he doesn't have any defenses. Remember, I mean, of course, I remember the whole thing that Blackbeard isn't good defensively. Okay, well, you know what a guy with very little defenses should, like, specialize in? Avoiding getting hit, you know? Like, you can't, it's not a good idea to just tank endless attacks. And all I'm saying is, this seems like a really careless moment from Blackbeard, and, I mean, you know, for a guy being built up as, like, our main antagonist, he really is taking a lot of hits, and I mean, what this is getting to is that, like, if he's taking these kind of hits from Law, who, as we all know, sucks and is shit at everything. Am I right, bros? Am I right?
Bruh.
How is this man gonna fight my man Monkey D. Luffy? How is this man gonna be the final battle against your boy the Yonko? You know, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's pretty tanky, but just don't get hit in the first place, man. Just don't get hit in the first place. I don't know. Or with that being said, whatever. It's not the biggest deal in the world once again. Okay. So he's getting koofed. All right, he's got the koof now. He will punch really, really hard. It works most of the time. BB is not the big bad. The big bad is him. I guess, maybe. Maybe BB just has low pain tolerance and it does no damage. Okay, it's just we need to sell Blackbeard, right? We're in the end game of One Piece. It's time to start selling him as very intimidating. And I just think, again, this is like multiple ingredients in one potion. I think Oda is giving a bit too much of the like unserious, like silly side of Blackbeard when we really need to start pumping up those serious numbers. Now, he's not doing nothing there. He jobbed Boa Hancock. Okay, that shows that he's a pretty strong guy. If this man like jobbed Boa Hancock, why is he having so much trouble with Law? I don't know. I'm not convinced that like that Law is so much. Well, you know. Okay, I mean, in this scenario, this isn't that bad, right? Like, Law caught him off guard by using room and slicing his horse so that he fell from the sky. He didn't expect that to happen. Okay, and then he hits him with like a surprise attack. Okay, now it could have been sold better, but this isn't that bad. To be fair, you have to have a really high IQ to understand OP fights. Well, that's my problem, obviously.
Shut up, bitch.
And it keeps being my problem. Okay, so whatever. He gets hit. This is what happens when you charge in half-cocked. Okay, there you go. And he's warping him. Oh, he warps up to him. And then he's going to warp back. Okay, cool. Van Augur is getting to do something. That's nice. And again, this man... where I feel like have I seen this character before somewhere? Have I seen this man before? Ooh! Now, in between there, he's obviously warping to go get Pudding and then kiss his boyfriend Kuzan. Wow. Quite a fruit, this warp fruit. Really good. Okay, whatever. Anyway, like, the characters themselves are criticizing Blackbeard as, like, being careless, but I'm just saying, Blackbeard is really smart. He shouldn't be so careless. Law is no fucking joke, you know? Law is a serious young man, so, give him the appropriate amount of just not totally fucking around, you know? Okay, whatever. It's not that the cover chapter, like, has to take place at the same time. It's just, like, it's just kind of weird to show the same character in two different time frames. And I mean, it could be confusing to somebody, but, I mean, not to me. My IQ is way too high for that, you know? You just put Law below Boa. No, not necessarily. Just that they're, like, probably comparable. I mean, we haven't seen much of, like, Boa's power level in general in the series. But I mean, I don't know, like, based on everything we've heard about her, she seems extremely powerful. So, I mean, Blackbeard is stronger than her, clearly, yes. But, I don't know. Like, I would agree. I mean, Law has the OP no me, right? Boa has nothing weak female. I think Blackbeard, or rather, what Oda's trying to say to us is...
The American people are tired of women.
Okay, all right. That makes sense. Makes sense. All right, fair enough. If that's what you want to tell me, Oda, I believe you, all right? But this man hates Law. Clear bias, says Law 240 in the chat. And to you, I say, sir...
Shut up, bitch.
There you go. All right. I don't know. Whatever. Law is probably stronger than Boa, but she seems strong too. Whatever. Anyway, Blackbeard gets warped around. Don't be... Okay, shall we return to the ship? No. We finish what we start. We are the Blackbeard boys. So here we go. We're the real Nikas of the sea, and we gonna kill with a cap in this man's ass imminently. Blackbeard's here. Do all your officers have devil fruit powers? Imagine that. Imagine another person in my crew with a devil fruit power. I would never do that. I'm Law. That would make me feel vulnerable because I like to be the center of attention all the time in my crew. I don't want anyone else to steal the spotlight. I need to be everybody's favorite character all the time. This is a direct quote. This is that's a preview from next week's chapter, which also doesn't exist. It's the preview it's the special chapter that Oda is releasing next week only to me. All right. We had a conversation. He lives in my head rent-free, and we had to talk about it, okay? And that's what he told me. He told me that he actually hates Law and that Law sucks. I'm sorry. These are just the facts. This is what Goda tells me. And if you don't like it, then fuck off.
Shut up, bitch.
That's what we have to say. All right. So there you go. Blackbeard is based, and I love him. And what's he's up to now? Do all your... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Devilfruit's right. Must be a pretty raw deal, hauling around so many anchors. Shut the fuck up, Law. Oh my god. Like, sure, I guess that they get Nate to play Law in the live action show. I will kill myself day one on set. And we'll feel good. This is absolute jobber talk right now. Okay. Oh yeah, it's such a burden. In this series, it's been such a okay, honestly, it's just like, this just comes across as like such cope. This is such cope. To even bring up this point at this part in the narrative. Look, here's the thing. This is kind of a problem with the way that Oda has written the story. If Oda wanted the audience to give a single fuck about this, like, oh, you can't swim thing, then he should have made it matter at any point in the series since literally chapter 1. This surgeon is overdosing on copium. He's trying to dish it out too much. It's not going to work. So when Law, the lowly former Shichibukai cuck bitch, says to Blackbeard Yonko, who's currently kicking his ass. Okay, now to be fair, Blackbeard did just take a blow. This is just, it was relevant in Arlong Park and never again. I mean, there were times that Luffy tried to swim a couple of times and people needed to save him, right? Okay, great. But like, it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. It never mattered, and this is the thing. It's Oda's fault that this line feels like such a joke, because he didn't make that plot device like ever relevant at any point. So that's on you, Oda. That's on you. Now, maybe, you know what though? They should just have BB just drown and that's how he dies. Rope fuel. Speaking of rope fuel, my man.
Thank you, Baxter.
That would be actually pretty cool to have. What if in the final chapter of One Piece, like Luffy's fighting Blackbeard, and the way that he defeats him, it's like a battle over water or something, and like Luffy blasts Blackbeard into the sea, and like his crew's been taken out, and like Luffy just walked, like instead of Blackbeard blasting off again, like he did with, like, I don't know, like Wapol, for example, and Wapol randomly landing on some other place and like surviving, which actually doesn't make any sense, but it's a cartoon, whatever, it's fine. Hody versus Luffy fight underwater goes, yeah, like Luffy being underwater didn't even make a difference in that fight. That is one of the many reasons that fight and that arc had a significant amount of hack to packed in there. Remember when Jack was thrown into the sea and it was suddenly revealed he's a fisherman? Yeah, the only time it's ever been a character who, like, their devil fruit immobilized them underwater to their detriment over a long period of time where it could have been death was a guy who's a fucking fish man. So, yikes. Anyway, like, drowning underwater would actually be a pretty cool thing. And it would be good if it happened to someone in the series at any point. And, I don't know, like, maybe it could have happened earlier in the series so we're, like, familiar with the concept. But if that's how Blackbeard died, I think that's kind of cool. You know, I don't know. Because, like, Luffy going out of his way to, like, murder someone viciously would be pretty brutal. But, like, if it's just that Luffy is just responsible for his death when Blackbeard's trying to kill him or whatever, then, like, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. It'll be Blackbeard, none of his crew could save him. I mean, that's true. But also if, like, the Straw Hats have, like, beaten up the crew or whatever so they can't save him, that'd be cool. That would be anticlimactic for a shonen manga. Well, no, it doesn't have to be. If, like, it's at the end of a really good fight where all the good things that you want to happen, and then it ends with, like, the final blow against Blackbeard knocks him into the ocean, and he sinks into it, and we just know that he drowns. That, to me, I'm picturing in my head, that could be some real Kino right there. And, like, you know, Blackbeard's evil plans don't happen. Luffy saves the world, you know, blah, blah, blah. That could be good. Anyway, whatever. We'll see. Blackbeard doesn't trust anyone in his crew, so they don't want to save him from drowning. Well, this man just saved him right now from drowning, for the record. I mean, maybe Blackbeard could have blasted himself to safety or something, but, you know, like, the crew would, he's a useful guy to have around, you know. They don't want to just, not do anything all the time. Sure. They're a little more cutthroat than most, but they'll still help each other in times when it's, you know, relevant or helpful. Okay, so the weakness is worth the trade-off, says Blackbeard, and he's based and correct as always. Love that man. And here he is, Gua. They're attacking from below. The bastards are trying to sink us, and right now what we have is a dead Law. Okay, Law just died right there, lads. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. Very good appearance from Law, or rather very bad appearance, because every appearance of Law is bad. Bruh. That's what I have to say to you. Rest in piss. I'm flipping you off in real life right now. Law was done in by the BBC, no doubt about that. Who knew they were so strong underwater? We might be taking a pounding now. Oh, they're taking a pounding all right, but they'll be history soon. The Commodore's strongest around. And speaking of taking a pounding right now, here's Pudding, boys, and she looks good as hell. Also, okay, I've got a comment, but first we'll say, Mama's gonna make you eat those words if she's still alive. You realize we're fighting her killer now, right? Indeed. New eras only happen when the old legends are torn down. Indeed. Big Mom Pirate, Charlotte Pudding. So, first of all, interesting that that she talks about Mama. Now, this thing about, like, she's leading with such weakness right now. Mama's gonna make you eat those words if she's still alive. Okay, just don't say that. Literally just don't say that. Zad, thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Baxter.
Appreciate that.
Easy money!
The short version of why I don't like Law is just that, like, Law got his dick sucked for, like, so long, and he took up a disproportionate amount of the narrative. He had the longest flashback in the series, with the sole exception of Luffy's flashback. That is way too much time given to him, and he doesn't vibe well in the series, in my opinion. He's way too serious, and he doesn't get mocked enough, and he's just, like, a bad fit for One Piece, and I don't like him for all those reasons. This is my TED Talk. Thank you for coming. Okay, hang on real quick. Charlotte Pudding. I think I have a hacked accusation to make against Oda real quick. Let me see here. I want to see Pudding's first appearance. What's going on here? No. Pudding first appearance. Because, like, weirdly, she kind of looks like her first appearance again, which she actually never looked like again. It was this. Okay, I've got it right here, actually. I mean, whatever. Her design, like, changed a little bit, but I'm just wondering, like why is she wearing these clothes right now? These, like, aren't even the clothes she was wearing when she was kidnapped. She was wearing, I don't know, some other shirt. Did they change her clothes to, like, her original design or whatever? This is, like, this is what she looked like when we first saw her. When we were first seeing what Big Mom looked like. Like, this is during Fishman Island, I think. Or was it after that? Whatever, it was around that time. Doesn't matter. I don't know. Like, she actually looked a lot better back then. But, whatever, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm just wondering, like, why is she in this outfit again? What's going on here? Did they change? The Blackbeard pirates were like, oh wait, no, you know what happened? They were like, the Blackbeard pirates were like, yo, we've heard from this guy. He's been awakening his Yeru no Mi recently. And he's been yelling all the ways to fix One Piece. And he was saying that he liked Pudding's original design more than her new one. And so we, as the Blackbeard pirates who are single-handedly carrying the entirety of One Piece on our backs, doing the work to fight against Hacked and support Goda, we're gonna put her in her original outfit, and it feels good. Now, Pudding showed some cleavage at times, but in fact, actually, in her original appearance, I think Oda decided to put her in a more classy appearance. She showed a bit more cleavage here. You can notice. Can we get a cleavage gauge going on here? Okay, we see it tied up here. Okay, we got a good curvature here. But as you can see, there's no end to the curvature going on here. That goes down that's like below full titty right there. So, that's pretty good. Vasco shot changed her. Yeah, indeed. Wait, that's very clearly Bon Clay who touched Pudding's face when she was wearing those clothes. So true. Bon Clay is back, boys. Okay, all right. Anyway, Pudding is captured, and she's probably going to be plot relevant. So Pudding has been captured. By the way, I'm just gonna say I'm so happy to see Pudding again. I love Pudding. I think her art was great. I loved her and Sanji's dynamic. Like, that aspect of the Whole Cake Island arc, I absolutely loved. I talked about this last chapter, too. And seeing her back, looking, like, very cute, absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. Pudding is meh. You're meh. That's what I've got to say to you. And, like, the fact that she has this, like, power to read poneglyphs, potentially as, like, a member of the Three-Eye Tribe or whatever. Now, it does make you wonder. Mention was made that Pudding might be able to read poneglyphs if she, like, awakens her third eye, whatever. Okay, that's fine. Why not just go get an actual Three-Eye Tribe member? Because we know that, okay, her father, right? At the very least, her father must be a Three-Eye Tribe member. Where is that Nika? Where's he at, bro? Where's he at? Can't believe Katakuri lost to Burgess. Not confirmed. It didn't happen. Don't worry about it. Although they did capture Pudding. That is deeply embarrassing for the Big Mom Pirates. Although they did just recently take a big L with Luffy coming in and beating up. Well, they actually didn't beat up Big Mom there. Excuse me. You know what it is. Yeah, but point is, why not just get an actual Three-Eye person, not, like, a daughter? In fact, Big Mom has this whole thing about, like, you know, fucking... my daughter might awaken and read poneglyphs. Okay, you had a guy who was a member of the Three-Eye Tribe who... I mean, is it the same thing that, like, maybe they have to awaken their power too? I don't know. What's the deal with that? I don't know. Strange. Just a little strange. A little strange. Pudding has had her hair parted, but Kata had to put the scarf back on. Yikes. That's big Hector right there, no doubt. Anyway, I'm glad that Pudding is relevant, and this would be a cool thing for how, like, the Blackbeard pirates are planning to, like, read the poneglyphs or whatever. So once again, we're seeing evidence of the man with the plan, Blackbeard, making moves, power plays to win One Piece, because he's the only man with his eye on the fucking prize, except I guess Luffy. But Luffy stumbled ass backwards at everything. He's been given so many, like, unearned stuff, while Blackbeard dedicated decades of his life to a plan that has actually worked. God, Blackbeard is based on the best character in this fucking series. Does Blackbeard actually know how to awaken the third eye? I mean, no, but a potential awakening or whatever is a lot better than having nothing. So we'll see. We'll see. Three-Eye Tribe is rare. Big Mom was a rare race collector. I mean, true. So, like, but so hang on to that thing. Now, I mean, it's maybe if the other, like, Three-Eye Tribe guys, they, like, also need to awaken that power. If that guy didn't, again, that seems like a reach. A Three-Eye Tribe guy should probably have whatever power that tribe has. And I believe they said, like, Pudding as a half-breed or whatever. Like, that's why it's taken her longer to awaken or whatever. So why not just use a tribe member, you know? Anyway, whatever, who cares? Blackbeard double awakening. That sounds good. Would love to see that. Luffy stumbled ass backwards into a crewmate who can read poneglyphs. Everything Robin herself has done has been on purpose. Sure. But again, like, Luffy got Robin, like, basically as a complete accident. And the fact that she could, like, read the poneglyphs, again, to him, complete accident. Like, they were involved. I mean, the common thread there is that Luffy, by being a good guy who's willing to help people and saved lives of people, like, that's how Robin ended up joining the crew. Don't get me wrong, that's good and all, but the fact that Robin is the poneglyph person, the only person on the planet, except Sukiyaki, by the way, there's an old man on Wano who can read poneglyphs right now, and can teach Momo, by the way. Yeah, that was just an accident. That was just a happy accident. No, okay. If the Three-Eyes were easy to find, they wouldn't exactly be rare, would they? Dopey, buddy, I know the Three-Eyes are rare. We also know that Big Mom literally had one nut inside her, probably multiple times, all right? Repeated load taking over and over again for the sole purpose of procreation, missionary style. That shit is canon. That happened. I'm sorry, Reynos. It has to be said. The people need to know about the loads. They need to know. So the point being, she had one right there. Unless she, like, killed him or something, why not just keep that guy? Maybe put him in Montdore's book. He died during sex. Now, see, that's an explanation I can buy. That would make total sense to me. And I'll give Oda the other explanation, which is fine, which is just like Big Mom seems to mostly, she wants, like, a family. She wants her crew to be family members. So, like, that's another fine reason. She, like, trusts her family. For the most part, right? I think. Yeah, that sounds right. Anyway, I gotta reread Whole Cake sometime. Okay, here we go. Moving on. Okay, we're crewing. We're quake blasting or something. Now this orb. Blackbeard, or rather Whitebeard, did have. Wait a minute. Blackbeard and Whitebeard did make like orbs of energy around himself, and they did make cracks. I just wanna confirm something. Wait a minute. I think I was wrong. I think I was wrong about something. I think what this orb is implying is not the room. I think this is a quake crash thing going on here. And I mean, look at the way it's drawn, like the little particles here, the way that it tapers off inside. It looks exactly like the one down here. Yeah. Okay. So that orb is actually Blackbeard's. Okay. Oh, so this is technically like a new move. He made like a big, like wide area blast, I guess. Okay. So I take back that compliment I gave to like the way Oda like clarified it here. I don't think he was actually clarifying it now that I look at it. So I still am totally confused as to how this man got cut. I guess he's just got remote powers. Okay. Whatever. No. But this isn't, lads, this is not a croom. This is a room. Big difference. He's like doing something remotely or whatever. Okay, whatever. Anyway, whatever. It's fine. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Law is about to die. Based. Black Vortex. My man. Blackbeard and Trafalgar. Okay, it's pronounced. Let me see if I can get it right one time. Trafalgar. Trafalgar Law. Right? I think that's it. I don't know. Whatever, man. Is it Trafalgar? I hear people say like Trafalgar Square. Or, okay, I guess the fall part. I have been so struggling with this fucking name for like over a decade. Traffy, thank you. Trafalgar. Guys. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Baxter.
Okay, moving on. They made contact on Winter Island in the New World. Wow, little on the nose. Well, who's the winner? I guess we'll find out. So we're forced to wait again. Being Fleet Admiral is so damn frustrating. My man, Sakazuki. He wants to be out there killing. See, right here. He wants to be out there killing Nikas. It's what he was born to do. How many times has Akainu just appeared to say, I hate my fucking job in the time skip? What a waste. I mean, I agree. And Oda, it feels like Oda is kind of setting up like him, like, again, hating the job and wanting to be back in the field. But I just haven't enjoyed it. I don't like this. Again, another man who's like beard and like, I don't know, like the simplification of his design made him look much uglier. I just wish he just, I don't know, like maybe give him a different coat because he's Fleet Admiral. That's fine. The beard is terrible. He doesn't even look like the actor he's supposed to look like anymore. Very ugly. Very ugly. Sakazuki is hashtag relatable. As a big seether and coper myself, I can relate to this man. And it feels good. Let's pull the beard. Perhaps we should. Okay. So whatever. Winter Island. I guess we're going to find out who's the winner soon. And my man. All right, back to, wait, what's going on? I'm sorry. Is this non-law related things? I don't care about. Go back to law.
Thank you, Baxter.
Thank you, Baxter, for only talking about my favorite character, Law. That's what I want. Okay, no. A little bit of adventure time. Let's get to it, shall we? Meanwhile, on Egghead, cutting around ruthlessly. Okay, I'm just saying, Oda, stop cutting away. Just stop. Can we please get like a good, I don't know, like, I mean, is it too much to ask for 10 chapters of just focusing on the story here? We used to get 100 chapters of just our crew and the story. So let's get 10. Let's just do 10 here. Let's focus up, shall we? Okay, meanwhile on Egghead, Island of La Future, my man Kuma has stopped killing them, finally. The pacifista stopped as soon as we changed. Oh, right, changed forms. Okay, so here we go. That's good, but didn't you have to make me this old, Bonnie? Okay, so everyone's all changed and, like, made different ages. Wow, what do you know? I guess Bonnie does say age ain't nothing but a number. And I give her a stern to that one. That's not me. That's her. Bonnie. Very, very disrespectful. Very shameful. Oh, his lifespan, bros. Ah! Okay. Oda legit doesn't know how the fight is going to end. I mean, that might be true, but I'll give him some time to come up with something. Bonnie no-diffed Luffy. I guess that's true. Okay, well, unironically, what we've just seen with, like, if Law can undo the cursed disease of being a woman. Oh, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Then clearly this devil fruit power can also be undone with Haki, which, yes, I think is also very boring and not cool, and I wish Oda hadn't done it. But it is what it is, so I guess let's just fuck off and not care. All right. Okay, so whatever. So Luffy is very old, a glimpse at a possible future. Okay, so Oda's being very clear. No. This isn't confirming. I swear this isn't like real Luffy. Again, Oda, relax, Chief. I wish he hadn't even put that there. Well, I guess I'll give Oda the credit. People will speculate, like, oh, we're seeing Luffy's future right now. So I guess it actually is probably a good thing you put there. But I don't know. I wish we didn't live in a world where this needed to be clarified. Truly, that's rope fuel for me as well, my dude. But I guess it is what it is. And you know what? I can't even blame people for thinking that. So I guess it's just a good thing. You know what, though? Why the fuck is there another goddamn name plaque? Oda, fuck off, dude. Would you just fuck off with the name plaques? These are getting really annoying. Why? Like, Luffy gets one here, and no one else does. It's like a title like Blackbeard in front of his name. I just wish he would fucking relax on these. They don't need to be there. They're cluttering up the fucking panels, and they're cringe. All right, that's the thing. Okay, there you go. Like, we can tell it's Luffy. Just put the fucking straw hat on his head. Whatever, man. It's fine. All right, I get how you feel. It only looks like your dad. If we can't take any of them out, we'll be in trouble, says old man Luffy. This must be a new character. Yeah, that's for sure. Have a heart, Luffy. Sorry, Bonnie, Pacifista. Yeah, maybe Chopper saying Luffy to him would have helped, so that we didn't need to... I mean, that might have helped, you know? That would have done the trick. Pacifistas just bring up some bad memories for us. Kuma may no longer be human, but that doesn't make it any easier for his daughter to come to face with his doppelganger. Makes sense to me. I actually needed the card, but I'm a little retarded. Well, it's good that you are aware of that, Reynos. Maybe you can work on that. And cute Jinbei does look cute as a lad once again. Zoomer Jinbei. He's logging into TikTok right now to do a couple of dancing trends, you know, do some vaping. I don't know. What do the kids do these days? The plank challenge? I don't know. Okay. Nothing personal, Bonnie, says Jinbei. Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. But what I know about Kuma doesn't paint a pretty picture. So there he is, Le Tyrant, king of Sorbet Kingdom, our man Kuma. He was the tyrannical king of Sorbet before he was deposed by the people and forced to become a pirate. Oh, yeah? What, do you get that from your fucking mainstream news sources, Jinbei? I don't think so.
Shut up, bitch.
That's what I have to say to this fucking boomer. All right, Bonnie, who I guess is young, kind of hard to tell. We don't really get a lot of her. Oh, we get a little more in the future. Okay, right, yeah, we do. Next panel. When he was eventually caught by the Navy, his ties to the revolutionaries came to light, and they gave him a life sentence. Vegapunk took an interest in him due to his physical prowess, so he was offered the opportunity to roam the seas again as a warlord, okay? On the condition that he became a specimen for body modification and cloning. Does that cover it? Now, I guess it's like a little surprising that that Jinbei would have this information, but I mean, the guy was a Chichibukai, you know, that's true, but it seems like delicate information. I mean, it seems like there's rumors that made it around, so okay, that's fine. Jinbei is the older, wiser man in the group right now, so he's got the info. That's fine. Okay. I think Bonnie was adopted. No. Hey, and I have a bet going with someone. Didn't last week we made that bet about, I'm telling you, Bonnie will be the age she is presented as, and they will be as straightforward as it looks like. Jinbei read the script. Okay. It's not actually that surprising Jinbei knows these things. Excuse me. I need another sip of my water here. Ugh. Okay. Okay, I get why he'd choose to become a warlord dog and help them make their clone soldiers, but why would anyone knowingly agree to become a mindless cyborg anyone can see it's just as bad as a death sentence. Well, sure. Now, I'm telling you right now, my guess is it's going to be something. Yeah, she's a base legal lolly. We did it, boys! Bonnie Uo edition. It's happening, lads. It's happening. And, what was I going to say? I was saying, my prediction right now about how this whole thing's going to end is that Kuma gave up his, life because the world government, threatened specifically Bonnie. Bonnie specifically will be involved. This will be a way that they can, tie in her character arc to Kuma. And it's we will kill your daughter if you don't blah, blah, blah. Or, she might not have been there right now. Please don't make Kuma a good guy. Dude, Kuma has been a good guy for a long time now. He was in the Revolutionary Army. He protected the Sunny, which was obviously a thing having to do with, the revolutionaries or whatever. He obviously gave up his life, for the greater good. It's super clear. And I'm not even surprised by that. He had Vegapunk program him to defend the Sunny, as I recall. So this whole thing, why is Kuma called a tyrant? Again, sounds like you've been listening to mainstream news, dudes.
Shut up, bitch.
You gotta listen to my my radicalizing podcast that I'm coming out with. Only the most insane takes on my news network, NN News, the Nate News Network. That's what it's gonna be, and we're gonna deliver only the most schizoid takes on what's going on in the world right now. We're teaming up with Big News Morgans. It's gonna be a big deal. You're going to find out. Law is a crisis actor. That's obviously confirmed.
Thank you, Baxter.
That's what they were saying as they paid him for being an actor. They said, thank you, Baxter. It's going to be good. All right. Okay, so moving on from there. Bonnie has a lightsaber now. Star Wars confirmed. It's happening. The Kuma lore is coming soon. Okay, true enough. Right. Why would he kill himself? I wonder which one of Kuma's crimes earned him a life sentence. Damn, he's still calling him a tyrant in front of his fucking daughter. Daddy was no stinking tyrant, she says, attempting to kill Jinbei. And he hated the government. He'd never submit to them. They must have forced him to accept the procedures somehow. I have no doubt that's true. Because I believe all women, lads, as we all must. Doubting her. Couldn't be me. A beam saber, that's awesome. Indeed it is, old man Luffy. We must be in a scrapyard for Vegapunk's junk. This still works, though. He may call himself the scientist, but to me, he's just a murderer. Okay. Uh-oh, boys. It's happening. Now, the ass looks kind of terrible here. It's, kind of okay. I don't know. It's kind of like a weird angle. It is there. It is a rare one-piece ass shot. She is pretty flat. I mean, again, when it comes to One Piece, we are dying in a desert for ass content, and Oda has delivered us some scraps. Also, it's just kind of unappealing the way this is drawn, you know? I do like the Space Channel 5 outfit. It does look nice. But, typical One Piece, the tits here look much better than the ass, in my opinion. But what can you say? Yeah, I mean, just scoot this over, man. Give us the full ass shot if you're going to do it, Oda. Come on. I mean, Oda is confirmed a tit man. He is confirmed a tit man, and that should be obvious to anyone who is vaguely familiar with One Piece. So there you go. So, okay, Dad always used to say he was part of a very special race. Uh-oh, boys, I don't like where this is going. But so what? Him being different doesn't justify forcing him to be a lab rat. Wait a minute. Okay, hang on. Perhaps a master race of sorts? Yikes! So hang on. Kuma is part of a very special race. Bonnie is his daughter. Are we talking about, okay, obviously the thing is Lunarian is obviously the thing they're going to jump to, right? I don't even, that would make sense. So is Bonnie also Lunarian? I mean, she could be halvesy, right? Wait, but Kuma is the king of Sorbet Kingdom. Is he like Dalton in that he was made the king later on or something? I don't know. This is kind of strange that you would... Well, this doesn't imply that he isn't, but the fact that, nothing stands out about her design... Well, that's true. He isn't brown, is he? At least not visibly so. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he is, a little darker. I mean, in the manga... See, that might just be an anime thing. Let's see how Kuma looks in the manga. Hang on. Bartholomew Kuma... manga... Okay, this is coloring by Oda. Now, does this man look like a Lunarian? And yeah, it's true, this is like kind of an old one, but nonetheless, this is what the man looks like. So he has brown. I mean, he just doesn't look like a Lunarian. It could be some sort of new race. I mean, that's entirely possible, you know? He's got that concave jaw, looking real strong, looking real good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I did love that Bible. That was a cool look for the man. Praise it, boys. Yeah, he's a Samoan-looking Nika, no doubt about it. I don't know. We just don't know. I mean, I think that if he turns out to be like Lunarian or something, I'm gonna call Hakta. At least a little bit. I'll analyze the facts of the matter as he presents them. Oh, he got his wings removed. That's why we never saw. Okay, I don't know. Whatever, man. That special race was Roman Catholic based. Very based. Okay, whatever. Anyway, we'll find out in time. We just don't know enough. If I had to guess, I would just be like, he's gonna go Lunarian. That's all there is to it. Done. But we'll find out. One of the 3 races that Big Mom was missing on Totland besides Lunarians and Giants? Maybe. I mean, I would be excited to learn of a new race. But what are the implications of the I believe it's from the South Blue, the Kingdom of Sorbet being ruled by a guy of a notably unusual race? Are all the rulers of Sorbet Kingdom that race? Was he like an imposed from outside? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Kuma's half Lunarian and Bonnie is 1/4, so she doesn't have any feature. I mean, that would make sense to me. That would make some sense. New race, Mormons. Interesting. He's got the good book. No, then it would be what's that book the Mormons carry around? Is it the Watchtower? No, that is that Jehovah's Witnesses? Whatever, you know what it is. He was Jewish, boys. The very special race, indeed. And he's going back to the Promised Land as we speak. Oh yeah, the Book of Mormon. Thank you very much. Ha 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 ha. All right, moving on. A special race. Uh-oh, Chopper hears that and he is not happy about it. He is not thrilled to hear about an unusual race. Chopper, yikes. All right. Back to the Thousand Sunny, off we go. Whoa, we're flying. Iron Giant Bros, it's all happening. Okay, the robot's soaring through the air. Naturally, this is Vega Force 01 after all. Wait, 01. Vega Force 01, but there's a 12. I'm confused. Its anti-gravity jet unit and jet thrusters allow it to easily sustain this propulsion. Okay, cool. The island aircon is also needed to ensure a suitable climate. One day this will be possible anywhere. That would be cool. Why is it so fucking big? I don't know. I'm okay with it being really fucking big, though. It's pretty cool. He neg diffs Fujitora. That's so true. Fujitora is going down, and Vegapunk is going to deliver the death sentence, and I'm looking forward to it. There are giant monsters down there. It's like some kind of futuristic city. Indeed it is. Okay, precisely. The world of tomorrow is built here. It's happening, lads. It's happening. Okay. Punk Records. Okay, so here we go. We're seeing the top of the egg, and it does look cool. This is Egghead, the island of the future. The research stratum is right above the clouds. The fabrication stratum is just below us. Our manufacturers and research assistants reside there. I hear your captain is down there causing a hullabaloo. As long as he's all right. Okay, so we got a pretty cool view of everything. We see the city down there, and I really like the way this looks up here. The inside of the egg being like this cool like data landscape or something. I like it. Okay, aren't you two coming, Zora Brook? Nah, I'll watch the ship. Ditto. That women can't be trusted. Yikes. He said it, boys. Ass looks not terrible here. There's a notable curve here. Okay, Oda. All right, you're doing your best. It's just like solid clouds from Sky Island. This really takes me back. It's my first time, says Frankie. What the heck is this? It's as you surmised. Seeing as we can control the island's atmosphere at all, we can naturally make the use of pyroblowing. Pyroblowing? Yes, that thing that was mentioned in was that in Skypiea? I think they talked. Yeah, there was like that one part in Skypiea where they break down like the thing. It's like a derivative like Kairoseki. It's just like everything is one thing. Oh, it all is the same sea stone. Whatever. It's fine. There's some science jumbo mumbo that explains how sky clouds can form. That's fine. Recreating the island and sea clouds you usually find on Sky Islands. Hadn't gotten that far. Yes. Okay, there you go. All right, so they're very impressed. They're on a Sky Island equivalent thing, and that's pretty cool. It's a shame the Straw Hats are getting a tour. This would have been cool exploration. Pyro Pyroburoin. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Having like a tour guide, I mean, it's not like the worst thing in the world, but I want more adventure, more awe of the interesting landscape. So just keep doing that kind of stuff. We are getting cool shots of places, so that's something. This is the entrance to the main lab. Do make sure to change it to something more appropriate attire before entering. You can get a costume from the dressing transformation right there. When you try on a pair of Dom shoes, okay. Don't forget to use the lever. They can adjust to fit no matter your foot size. Okay, I'm just going to say, I don't want to harp on this again too much, but like, we are getting kind of some weird repeats of information, and I feel like this could be way cleaned up. Like, why wasn't this thing just done, like, when Luffy and the gang put on the outfit so that we just don't need to see it here, so that, like, ideas are contained to, like, one place instead of, like, scattered around over several chapters? You know what I mean? Like why is this here and not there? Well, no, it's not that he hadn't thought of it, because he did think of it, and we saw the characters do it. And, like again, like, the other characters here are, like, getting another, like, reveal of like, Egghead Island, which is okay. I don't dislike, like, seeing this part specifically and getting a bit of an explanation. It just, I don't know. I don't know, like, honestly, this one stands out to me as, like, why are we getting, like, the fucking boot explanation when we literally saw it last week? What's up with that? I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Anyway, yes, here we go. Hot Robin is back, boys. Nami looks kind of mid. I don't know. Also, why does she look like she has, like, the braces going on here? I don't know. I think it's, like, the scan quality or something. There's, like, a line on her teeth. Probably the way they produced or whatever. Honestly, these outfits, like, Robin looks cool. It's a little, not my favorite. Not my favorite. I think it's going, like, a little bit too far. Covering up a little bit more is preferable because it looks a little bit better. You know? Like what's her face? I think the skin tight outfits are okay, but I kind of like this one a bit more. The way that it just, like, covers them up. It kind of feels, like, weird that they're, like, in basically just puss out panties. I mean, I know it's like a leotard, whatever, but I don't know. It's just like, it's not my perfect ideal outfit. That being said, Robin's jacket does look way cool. And as we know with Robin's previous designs, she is not afraid to just show full-on cleave all the time. So that's cool. Leaving something to the imagination is very good. Now, meanwhile, Usopp is completely naked, obviously, but tragically cockless. Cockpiece bros. I believed for so long that Usopp had a cock. It's so sad to see it debunked here. I can't believe it. He just he just has, like, a band on his leg. This is actually his naked body. He has no features. Why do you think his nose is so? Oh my God, it was misplaced at birth. Makes sense to me. Okay. All right. Anyway, whatever. This is awesome. These futuristic duds are the freaking best. They're okay, I guess. The One Piece is not real, just like Usopp's cock. Very tragic. It's so light and cute. It's pretty cute, I guess. These just scream aloha, don't they? I guess he has a thing for Hawaiian shirts. Vegapunk. Because, like, Jinbei got one and so did Frankie. All right, fair enough. But wow, Nami-san, you and Robin-chan look amazing. What cutting-edge fashion. You look real tough on that Robin, really. Robin being cute. As usual, I do like it. How about me? You look freaky in anything. You're going to make me blush. Haha, very funny banter. All right, it's fine. Frankie wearing pants. This is the first time Frankie has worn pants, I think, in the entire series. No, that's not true. I think in Dressrosa he wore pants, didn't he? In his costume there. There might have been a time or two. I've been avoiding all ads. Euros stay winning. Ugh. We need to punish these lowly Euros. All right. The problem with being a genius is that you can see your own future coming to... Excuse me. What are you talking about, Vegapunk? Now, who's he talking to? I want to know. No, I think he didn't really. Hang on. I'm gonna check it out. Frankie Dressrosa outfit. Let's see. Lads. Wait. My man, based Zionist Frankie. No, he did not wear pants during Dressrosa either. Shit. Well, what do you know about that? I guess maybe this might be the first pants he's worn in the series. And maybe he's comfortable in them. Because, shalom, my brother. Yes, a blessed day to you, my brother in not Christ. Brother in Abraham? I don't know, whatever. He's wearing them because they're futuristic and light and funky fresh. All right, that must be it. Okay, it's the only thing that makes any sense. Otherwise, we'd have to call Hackta on the spot. Imagine the cost of getting that suit tailored. I'd like a slight alteration on this suit that I just purchased, please. Yes, please. Okay, anyway. So who's Vegapunk talking to? And I guess this is, I mean, they, like, call him Vegapunk, but he's like, a piece of Vegapunk. This is that Shaka, like the Logic one or whatever. Or Justice. I think I'll be dead soon. Don't kid about that. I just wanted you to know about this. Dragon. Oh! Okay, well, I guess he's talking to Dragon. Now, as we know, this is a fairly unsurprising thing to see here. How are these two connected? Well, man, it's almost like we have extensive information connecting them up to this point. It's almost like we know that Bartholomew Kuma was a member of the Revolutionary Army, and that Dragon is the leader of that, and Dragon is Luffy's dad, and that Kuma specifically requested in his final act before going full cyber to be turned in, or to be programmed with the mission to protect the Thousand Sunny. Wow, it's almost like that. All that shit was there, and there's very little to speculate on. Okay, well, whatever. There's a connection. There you go. Vegapunk is almost certainly going to be allied with the Revolutionary Army, and this is probably going to be the time in the story where we dig more into Revolutionary Army stuff, because Vegapunk is associated with them, but he's probably been hiding that from the government. Probably. What if parts of Vegapunk are on different sides? That might be interesting. A payoff of 800 chapters. I mean, I would not call this a payoff. If you're talking about the payoff that we'll build up to, sure. Because I mean, this is, I guess you could call this a payoff. It's just that, no. Okay, you know what? You're right. This is a payoff to, like, see a clear connection stated between Dragon and Vegapunk. It's just that was super obvious, not even to anyone with, like, an IQ. It just was clearly explained multiple times if you're paying any attention to the story. You would have to go out of your way to not be aware of that connection, basically. The build-up starts from now. Payoff will happen in 800 chapters from now. Based, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to croom, bros. I'm going to croom. And the last thing to note about this chapter is, of course, break next week. Sorry, boys.
I'm the Joker, baby.
It's all over. I don't know if you're going to make it. I certainly won't myself. I think this is it for me. I'm out of time and going to die. And that's, if there was ever a reason to vote Hackta, that's it right there. That's it. But who is Luffy's mom? Vegapunk. It's Vegapunk. Confirmed. She got a load poneglyph inside and produced Luffy. There you go. I am so excited for the Croco thing to be totally debunked. I can't fucking wait. And it's extremely likely to happen soon when we see baby Croco and, like, they just say, like, hey, look at that little boy. I am so excited for that. And then everyone can shut the fuck up forever about this joke theory that people just read way too much into for so long. I can't wait. I can't wait. I mean, I might make a highlight of the Croco mom thing getting debunked. Totally debunked or confirmed. Hey, one of us is going to be right and one of us is going to be wrong. Well, okay, actually, that's the thing. The Croco mom theory, okay, the Croco mom theory is obviously laughable and deserving of mockery. Okay, the theory that, because it's a stand-in for the theory that Crocodile is actually a woman. That theory is like there are some schizoid tendencies that could lead one to believe that there's a possibility that's true. Oh, do a song like you did with Yamato. Yeah, that'll do it. Croco Mom and Woman Croc are not the same theory. I mean, yeah, no shit, dude. Obviously, they're not the same theory. I'm giving the Croco Mom theory people like extra room because that's obviously wrong. I'm assuming they're taking the far more reasonable position. I'm being generous here by being like, they get some credit if Crocodile just even turns out to have been like a girl or whatever, like the theory goes, which will definitely not be true either. But I'm excited for everyone to be proven wrong about that too, you know? No one is actually. It's true. See, because the Croco mom thing is mostly said as a joke, but the Croco girl thing, I mean, that's said with sincerity, you know, and it's gonna be wrong, and I can't wait to laugh at everyone. I'm gonna. I think there's a sound I'm gonna make. It's gonna be like this.
And there's a guy that's a little bit base.
Me. Very excited for that. All right. What else do I have to say? Okay. Well, the last thing to talk about of the chapter is the Vegapunk being dead stuff. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. But Nate, the chapter title had the word her in it. That's definitive proof, Nate. The voices in my head told me so. Ah! Yeah, agreed. Will you kneel once Croco is revealed as a girl? I mean, I will admit I was wrong if that's revealed, but it won't happen. So, very excited for that. Yeah, so Daft Punk looking ass. There's Shaka, part of Vegapunk, looks kind of cool. What else do we have to say about this? So, I guess Vegapunk's probably gonna die. I'm trying to think if I care. I really don't. As long as we get our, imagine Vegapunk dies like before we get any of the explanation of anything that like that that like Oda's been waiting to tell us about for like a million years. He basically confirmed that like Devil Fruit lore is going to be explained when we finally meet Vegapunk in the story. But imagine he just fucking dies before that. Lol. Okay, well, now is Vegapunk saying this because he's like old and busted and gonna die any day now, or is he saying it because he knows that like CP0 are on the way and they're gonna kill his ass? Could be either one technically. I hope that it is the latter, that he's just afraid of CP0 killing him, but he probably is an old ass man and probably dying. That could be kind of cool too. There's like a character who's like just so old that they die. Maybe he's going to be, like, rigged up to a machine. He's going to be, like, on life support, like, I don't know, like the Emperor from fucking 40K or whatever. Or could it be both, you know? I don't know. I hope he just downloads his personalities in memories in a robot, like some Ghost in the Shell type of shit. Oh, I don't know. Luffy, the One Piece is bang. No! What is the One Piece? What does that mean? Whip your cock out, Vegapunk. It's not too late. Luffy, I gotta tell you about your mom. Dead. Luffy, I gotta tell you about Rafta. Dead. Luffy, I gotta tell you about the secret Gold Roger wanted me to take you the secret message. It's that you read dead. That's what's gonna happen. The will of D is dead. Emu is dead. That's what's gonna be. Very excited. Luffy, Crocodile is your dead. Now that's the one that'll make him see. Well, we I guess we'll find out what secret Vegapunks have that we're not going to find out because he's going to die first. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Very excited for all that. And I think we're done, lads. We've got some color pages. Okay, they look kind of nice, you know, whatever. All right, big pimpin' Blackbeard, yellow. I don't know if that's his color necessarily, but all right, kind of cool. Blackbeard looks great. Love you, Pudding. You're the best girl. Honestly, though, these fits are kind of trash. Honestly, not a big fan. I do like Robin's jacket. It's just that they're showing too much, and I'm like, I mean, this is fine. But, like, we kind of just had this with like, the outfits in, what am I saying? Onigashima, the Onigashima. Just too much pussy, you know? Too much pussy. Let's rein it in. Let's rein it in a little bit, shall we? And, it's not hitting that classy balance. Going too far. Oh, I hate naked women. I want to kill. I see a woman, I just start shooting. That's all there is to it. I'm anti-pussy because I've never seen one. I've never been around one. I've never known the touch of a woman. And I never will, boys. Stay strong. And it's all for that semen retention grind, which I will be on till the day I die because I'm just too high IQ to do otherwise. All right. All right, we're done with the chapter. It's time. It's time to vote, lads. All right. Was it Goda or was it Hackta? Let's see where the people are voting right now, okay? Let's check it out. Here we go. Wait, where's the thing? Gotta click this button. All right, 75% Goda, 25% hacked. All right, now it's a bit more Goda than last chapter. So let's review, shall we? Now in the chat, spam that shit. Is it Goda or is it hacked? Press the funny buttons.
People
are tired of Goda and they're tired of Midda. They're tired of Midda. They need Goda or Hackta. Let's spam some shit. Which is it, people? Let the people know. All right, here we go. What happened this chapter? Okay, first of all, Akainu's kind of cool, or rather, Aokiji. Like seeing him. Oh, but he shows up later. Instant Hackta. Okay, we tanked the chapter already. But Pudding is cute. I like her being relevant. Her lore makes sense. I like Pudding a lot. Okay, we're tipping back into Goda a little bit. All right. Otis said some words. Okay, instant Hackta. Not looking so good. Okay, Blackbeard was there, but the paneling is weird and not so good. Okay, a Blackbeard versus Law fight, though. It is pretty cool. I didn't expect to see this much. All right, not bad. We're seeing some powers. Okay, even though the paneling's weird and not clear. Okay, clean it up, animators. Clean it up. Okay, he's quaking. He's blasting. He's falling. Doc Q's doing that doctor thing. There were some explosions. One of Law's crew, for the first time in the series, actually did something. He actually did something, giving his, like, a little bit, just a baby amount of personality. Oh my god, incredible. Holy Christ. Okay, Blackbeard got croomed all over. That's a little bit rough, buddy.
Thank you, Baxter.
You hate to see that. Okay, but we got Warpman warping around. That's a good power. I like that. We got some absolute cope about Devil Fruit powers. Yikes. Pudding looking extremely cute. Her cutest since the end of Whole Cake Island, so love to see that. Or rather, since, I don't know, like the wedding or whatever. She had some good parts. Okay, Akainu continues to be cucked. Embarrassing. Okay, Law died this chapter. That's pretty good. Blackbeard killing Law. I love seeing that. Okay, good. The police de-escalating violence for once. That's good. Okay, old Luffy. Okay, title. That's Hackta. But whoa, Bonnie. Okay, pretty Goda. I even like young Jinbei. He looks very cute. I like that. And okay, Bonnie, laser sword, whatever. Okay, an attempt was made to show ass. Okay, that's something. Robot, Iron Giant, kind of cool. We're seeing more of Egghead. We're kind of speed running the arc, but that's okay. Some cool environments, outfits, not my favorite, but not bad. Okay, we're doing some stuff. And Dragon confirmed relationship with Vegapunk. We're all getting Vegapunked, and he's gonna die or something. Something's going on. Okay, it's Tetsujin. I don't know what the fuck that is. Sounds like some Japanese nonsense. Moon runes. Can't read. Don't care. All right. So, in conclusion, boys. Is Vega getting punked? Okay, are we all getting punked? Goda or Hackta? What's it gonna be? Oh my god. There were some good things this chapter. There are also some hack things. But it was a chapter of One Piece still, and it didn't totally ruin everything. The streak continues. It's Goda, boys. It is what it is. Thank you, Baxter. I can't bring myself to vote Hackta. It was not Hackta. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. This was not a total Hackta chapter. There are things I would like to improve, but One Piece is still generally good. It's been that way for a while. I'm sorry, Hackta Bros. You're holding the line, and I respect that. Nate, you fell off. I'm so sorry. You know, I actually wonder, are people, this interests me. There seems to be an ongoing conversation. I think people are saying unironically that, like, I am being too soft on the series. What do you guys make of that? I'm interested. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of, like, Goda voters in here and whatnot that, like, are going to be like, no, Nate, you're obviously way critical. But this is interesting to me, that people think I'm being too soft. I mean, based on some of the comments I've read, I think that people are saying that I am too soft on it. And I'm very curious as to, like, what the deal is with that. Is that true? Like, I know that there are some people on, like, you know, they go to, like, places like the A threads on 4chan and whatnot, which I peruse as well, where there's lots of people, though I didn't for this chapter. There's lots of people who are, like, dooming and glooming and stuff, and there's out there people who are, like, in general, they're just not thrilled with the way that One Piece is going these days. Nate is always sucking Otis cock, says N-Tim. See, there you go, right there. Constantly, says N-Tim. That's a sincere point being made right there. Yes, the anonymous hacker known as 4chan. You know, my favorite guy. Unironically, you're critical, but still enjoying reading the series. I mean, that is where I would put myself. And there are. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, well, shit, man. Okay, I don't know. Nate, is the hacker known as 4chan in the room with us right now? Look, I'm just saying that in the threads there's a lot of people being very critical. And, I mean, I've seen lots of people saying that, like, I'm being soft on it. Were they all ironic? I don't think they were all ironic. I mean, I would honestly be interested to hear if that's the case. And I'm not mixing between the two. I'm aware that it's like separate crowds that come to these different things. Well, thank you, Law. You think I'm doing a good job? I'm glad. And that's a Law fan there saying that I'm doing a good job.
Easy money.
There you go. 4chan is always contrarian. I mean, I agree with that. And that place being the way it is, it naturally attracts contrarians, which is why, like, a long time ago, it attracted me as well. I also have a deep contrarian streak in me, I think. Nate, you're allowed to like One Piece. Oh, I know. But, I mean, hey, I don't know. I mean, I was just, see, that's the thing. Notice what I'm saying here. I'm aware that, like, I'm known for being quite critical about things. That's why, if there's a streak of people who think that I'm being the opposite of that, I would be curious as to what that reasoning is built on, you know? I need to hit the popular thing so the nerds know I'm cool. No, Nate, you're not allowed to like One Piece?
Shut up, bitch.
Hey, if you say so, I agree. I enjoy listening to negative critique of series stories I enjoy. Yeah, me too. Me too. Though, I mean, I like to think that I keep it in a healthy balance, you know? Nate, you're allowed to accidentally hit the hacked button. Okay, now, Ranis, that's what I need to do. Now, if Oda can go hacked every once in a while, maybe I can hack to accidentally click the hacked button once in a while. I think you are, okay, here's Molotov right here. I think you are a bit soft, but compared to everyone else, you are very critical. The doom posting in One Piece generals is because chapters are being judged as manga chapters in general, not as One Piece chapters. Molotov, break that down for me. What do you mean by that? They're being judged as manga chapters in general, not as One Piece chapters. What are you saying? To be fair, Nate, you are allowed to dislike a manga for no reason. I mean, I agree. Any reason that someone dislikes something is valid. Well, at that point, it becomes a discussion of, like, if you're reading something. See, this is why I really think my video on my main channel of, like, the thematic versus technical, what would I say? Thematical versus technical storytelling or writing or whatever. I think that was, like, a very valuable insight that I personally, like, in my mind, I keep coming back to, like, the thought process I had there, and it's going to continue to propagate in other videos I've done, that, like, wow, people are really just talking past each other and not, like, and not willingly engaging on what other people are saying. And frankly, I think there's a whole cottage industry of, like, staying on the fringes of discussions, presenting your opponents in the most, like, straw man, vitriolic way possible to make yourself look sane and other people look crazy on whatever side of, like, whatever issue you're doing. And there's a real resistance to coming to the middle because it's kind of an inherently weak position. But I don't know, man. I personally feel a lot of, I feel pulled toward that position of, like, man, what is the point of just, like, arguing about all these things that are kind of like artificially created disagreements, you know? They're not even, like, real disagreements. Like, my complaints about One Piece are that, like, in this chapter, the paneling wasn't great. I have a sneaking suspicion that Oda has kind of gotten a little bit lazy in the way that he's laying out his chapters because he thinks that the anime is going to improve things. I feel that he's rushing some things right now with the storytelling. You know, however, I think that there's still a lot of the fun stuff that I've always loved about One Piece, like the adventure, the new islands, and yeah, like this island, like, we're not in Wano anymore. That is so good. That is so good that we're not in Wano anymore. That goes a long way for me. But I kind of don't like the schizo way that he's writing the story right now of cutting in between, like, different stories all the time. I want to just focus on the crew, and I think this is to its detriment. And, like, this is affecting my experience personally, you know? There is literally no other online content creator that talks about One Piece as critically as you. Not sure where the soft thing comes from. That is not true. That is not true. There's that one guy who I actually kind of like, named, and I'd love to talk to him one day. Who made The Downfall of One Piece? And I know he hangs out with a couple of people who think similarly. Drizzt, yes, Drizzt. And the thing is, Drizzt is not crazy. Drizzt is making very rational points that some people might not agree with. And I certainly don't agree with all of them. But, like, he observes many of the same trends that I notice as well. Like, he's extremely critical of post-time skip. I am very critical of post-time skip too, because I think the storytelling changed in quite a few ways, and not to the benefit of the series. But I feel like he takes the same facts that I'm observing and just dislikes them more. I have not watched the entire 6-hour video. I kind of like to, because the guy makes interesting points. But I just didn't have the time, and he doesn't make videos too often because his videos are extremely huge. So, it makes sense. But I mean, honestly, that's the go-to guy I think of as like the most critical guy that I know of who like hasn't like dropped One Piece. Because I mean, you see in like the A threads, there are people who have like, dropped One Piece. Along the way because of the same things that like I complain about or Drizzt or anybody. They're just like, done here. And if that's how they feel, I mean, that's okay. Obviously, that's okay. And the thing is, honestly, I honestly kind of feel a little defensive of those kind of people because, like, there's a feeling of, like, in fandom, to defend the thing that you're a fan of. And it makes you want to, like, resist criticism in any form. So there's a thing of, if someone drops One Piece, then it's like, oh, they weren't a real fan anyway, they dropped One Piece. But like, well, hang on there. That doesn't seem fair. Because I always say, like, One Piece used to do more of stuff that I like, more. And it does less of stuff that I like now. There's still plenty that I like, but there's, like, less of it. And there's more of, like, this, cutting in between big battle stuff, more like the political maneuvering, which I don't even dislike, But, it's less of the adventure stuff, and I will say to my dying day that adventure stuff was the best stuff about One Piece. Skypiea is my favorite arc because of this reason. Just the entire vibe of it, everything that Oda was going for from the beginning of Skypiea, or rather the beginning of Jaya, when we see the giants of the shadows, we meet those weird monkey boys. Like the crew is developing more of an identity. There's the weird, mysterious ship stuff, of it like being healed. It's just all weird and mysterious and very strange. And many of it can be criticized too. And yeah, I mean, we spend a lot of time immersed in like Skypean culture, but I love that shit. Now was like the Mont Blanc Norland flashback like longer than it needed to be? Probably true, yeah, but there are probably some things you could cut from that because it was quite long. But I mean, I loved it. And on reread, it's like I'm not rushing through this shit. I want us to take time and soak in the adventure, not just the like political. We need to defeat XYZ to win One Piece. And I know we need to do that stuff. I know we need to do those things. And now is the time when we have to do them. But there are costs being paid, and frankly, we've been paying those costs a little bit and more since since after the time skip, even since before the time skip with Marineford, honestly. But Marineford was still pretty good, So yeah, I don't know. The biggest flaw of Skypiea is the villains. That is a totally fair point because the 4 priests of Eneru are not that interesting at all. The best one is probably the Ironclad sword guy that Zoro fought, because he had kind of the best fight against that guy, where he actually like learned a new technique and stuff. Like the ball guy was kind of lame. Gedatsu versus Chopper was pretty good. On reread, the Nolan flashback is perfect length. Sure, that makes sense to me. I haven't read it in quite a while, not all the way through. And who am I forgetting? Oh, that guy that like Gonfall fought, that like other guy who rides a bird or whatever. The snake was pretty kino, but I mean, Luffy being trapped inside of him. Okay, we had to write a plot device to keep Luffy out of things for a while. That was pretty funny. Eneru, I mean, again, Eneru is like, he's not the best villain in One Piece, but it's just like so Shura. Yeah, right, Shura, amazing legendary character of Shura. Wiper was pretty good. There was that little girl Isa or whatever. Nate, I think the quality of the chapters overall has gone up, which has led to you being less nitpicky. I think you went softer on the bad parts of this chapter than you would have gone if they were your average Wano chapter. Well, Monkey, I think that you're absolutely right about that. And that's because the things that are happening here are way more interesting. For sure. I totally agree. And that's kind of exactly what I was talking about in my thematic versus technical video. When things are happening that you like, thematically, like technically, You just don't give as much of a shit because you're just happy, man. You're just happy. 100% real talk. Do you think Enderu will come back? I do think he will appear before the series ends. He's not dead. Moon lore is still out there. I do think that he will show up in at least some form. I do. Even if just for like a cover arc. He's got to. It would be, I mean, I don't think he needs to for like One Piece to be complete, but I would be absolutely shocked if he doesn't. I mean, Moon lore is more relevant than ever. The fucking the Lunarians. Yeah. Moon lore is bigger than ever right now. So yeah. And yes, I am less bothered by technical things because this Blackbeard versus Law fight is cool. This Egghead Island place is a breath of fresh air. Thank God. I don't know. Vegapunk stuff? Hell, man. How long have I been bitching about not seeing Vegapunk? It's finally happening. Holy shit. Thank God. Enderu will kill BB and become the final villain. Based. Oda's master plan, create an arc so long to starve fans on content. When you add literally anything new, it's seen as great. Hey, man, if it works, it works. I don't like it, but it works. Like Bugs Bunny and doing gay stuff. Like in Tails Gets Trolled, that's the reference? Okay, great. All right, good talk, everybody. I think we're done. That's the end of our talk, and I'm sorry to say, break next week. Now, I think I might look into getting a guest on next week to talk about stuff. I'd like to look into that. I can't make any promises for sure, because obviously I don't know. I haven't reached out to anybody yet, but I've got an idea. SBS time, yeah, we could do that. We'll see what's up. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. I like to do it every Friday, you know. And the SBS stuff was good. We'll see who we can talk to. Nate, you've promised us the last 3 breaks. Now, I've never promised it. I've said that I'd like to. I never make any promises here because I don't want to break any promises when I can't guarantee them. But we'll find out. Hoping the next chapter is much better than this one. Yeah, you didn't like this one? You gave your gentleman's word? That's not true. That is bullshit. And I value my gentleman's word very highly. So I would know if I did that. Perhaps we had a gamer's bargain. Now, if it was just a lowly nothing, that's probably what it was, to be fair. So what I'll say this time is, let's strike another gamer's bargain right now. I'm going to put out some feelers about getting some guests on and talking about stuff. We'll find out. This chapter was a 3.7 out of 10 and a 9 out of 10 on the Wano scale. Molotov, you might be absolutely right. If this was another time, another place in One Piece, I might hate it very much. Yeah, I mean, the Blackbeard Law stuff, it's like a cool fight. I like cool fights. I wanted more of this stuff last chapter. I'm glad it's happening, Pudding lore is good. I quite like that. It kind of took up more space than it needed to, because I really don't know where Oda's going with that. With law fighting. I mean, it makes sense for Blackbeard to be here, fighting these guys to steal their fruits potentially. Would you have hated a chapter of Law versus Blackbeard? Not necessarily, and that chapter should have been last chapter. Condensed into one thing. Stop cutting around. And also do that chapter before this arc starts. Do all that. I don't know. Whatever, man. This chapter wasn't super amazing or anything, but we're building, I give Oda a lot of slack when we're building up to things, as we are right now. We'll see what happens. Where's Uta? Now, there's a question that we all need to ask. That's actually all I care about, in fact. I would have been disappointed in a pure Law versus Blackbeard chapter, but I think it would be absurdly better in tank format. Tankobo-kan, whatever they call them, the books, right? The release. Yeah, right. All right, everyone. We're done. Tankoban. Is that what it's called? Oh, I should learn the kanji for that. Tankoban. Volumes. That's the word. Thank you. All right, lads, we're done. No chapter next week, but, I'd recommend join the Discord, because that's where the announcements will come. And so shall I. Because pussy? Visible? That's the best I got. What do you want? All right, we're done, people. Croom, lads, we've had our day in the sun, and it's over now. I hope we get more juicy Vegapunk lore soon. If not, it's just going to be hacked up. Now, if we continue to cut around and be schizo story writing and things fuck up, I could easily see some Hackta paying off. And again, the Hackta has been building and building and building since it's been the streak of Goda, so we'll find out. We will see. And again, if Midda was a choice, it'd be on the table. We are forced to choose. Midda is not real. He cannot hurt you. He doesn't exist. There's only Goda and Hackta. That's what it is. All right, I'll see you in a week, maybe 2, for when there's a new chapter. All right, sounds good, lads. See you next time. Bye-bye.